This is a very special group for us. I think 5 years ago, Metro, which was then Lighthouse, decided to take on the endeavor of starting a middle school. I cannot be dishonest and say I was super excited at the time. I was really worried about the extra logistics it would take and just fitting the extra amount of kids in the building. But the second I met the 8th graders who are now graduating today, my whole opinion changed. I really believe that this is a super special group of kids, and to have been able to see them grow from middle schoolers, I can still remember outfits some of them wore on their 8th grade graduations, to standing before me as grown men and women today is maybe one of the most rewarding things I've done. So class of 2017, I want you to know that I have so much love and respect for you, and we have all been so blessed to have you in our school, whether it's been for a few months or 5 years. Welcome. So I want to get started with a really exciting keynote address. We're lucky to have a speaker join us today, Dr. Brian Rossi, who is the director of Rochester STEM Academy. After 15 years in the classroom, 12 years as a principal, and 5 years consulting and teaching as an adjunct professor, Dr. Rossi became program director of the High School for Recording Arts in 2006. In 2009, he helped found Novation Education Opportunities as a single-purpose charter school authorizer and served as its executive director. He left NEO in 2012 to return to charter school consulting. Dr. Rossi holds a PhD in Education Policy and Administration from the University of Minnesota and a master's degree in Curriculum and Instruction from the University of St. Thomas. Let's all welcome him.
Well, Katia, thank you very much for that introduction. I appreciate that very much, okay? Because it's kind of important to know that for all of us, our time will be up. The point where our time's up is made evident to us every day, whether it's something that happens in Manchester or whether it's a relative somewhere else in the world whose time is up. Every day our time is up when we go to bed, and every day, that's what I'm talking about, is that when the day is ended, what happened? Do you reflect on that? And so I need to let you know that whenever I give a speech, I'm going to be talking about service. And service is about helping others. And so it's important that when you get to the end of your day, or when your time is up, you'll be able to say, I've served. Let me tell you a story. I'm principal at Rochester STEM Academy, and we've tried to create a volunteer program and to get that adult volunteers to come in and volunteer in the school. And I wanted to make sure that all of our students had a connection with a healthy adult. And it was getting so hard to find volunteers, I finally turned to family. So I turned to my sister-in-law and said, hey, would you know, she had visited the school. It was unbeknownst to me, they had just popped in, and she and her husband going through an appointment at the Mayo Clinic. And they wanted to stop in and see the school, and they thought it was kind of neat. And I said, well, you know what, you can come back anytime if you want to volunteer. That would be just tremendous. And so she said yes. And so she started coming on Mondays because Monday was the most convenient day for her to do that. And so she came on Monday, she volunteered in the afternoon, and I said, well, we also have after school. And she said, well, I'm not sure I can do that, you know. Then the next Monday she came, and she said, can I do after school also? I said, yeah, I'm liking that, yeah. So she comes at 1:30 and she stays until 4:30 then, and also tutors after school. And then about a week or two later, she says, I have Wednesdays available. Would you like me to come on Wednesdays? And I said, heck yeah. That would be just tremendous if you could do that. And so she's coming Mondays and Wednesdays. Let me tell you something about my sister-in-law, Mary. She lives in Red Wing, and our school is in Rochester. So that's about an hour's drive away. And I'm doing good. And so she's coming, driving an hour to the school, staying there for 3 or 4 hours, then she drives back an hour home. She started that on Mondays, and then she started doing that on Wednesdays. Now, something you need to know about service. Service is giving. Service is giving back to your community. Service is helping somebody else succeed. So when your time is up, whether it's at the end of an hour, the end of a school day, the end of the day when you're going to bed, have you served? Did you help somebody else succeed? That's the message I'm trying to give you. And so my sister-in-law, Mary, came to my office and said, you know, Brian, it doesn't seem really fair. I'm going, what doesn't seem fair? She's saying, it seems like when I'm helping your students and tutoring them, I feel like I'm getting more from them than I'm giving to them. And her eyes had welled up with tears, and I said, well, Mary, that's normal. The more you give, the more you get back. The more you serve, the more people you make happy. And when you make somebody else happy, you get happy. Have you ever tried to keep a straight face when somebody smiles at you? When they go, you can't. It's impossible. So serving means you're helping someone else succeed. And then one day Mary came and asked whether I could use help on Thursday afternoons. Yeah. But you're already coming Mondays and Wednesdays. She goes, I know, but I love this so much. Let me check with my husband and just see what he says, if it's okay if I come on Thursdays too. And so she went and she asked her husband, you know, Joe, what if I started tutoring on Thursdays too? And you got to be thinking, you know, the man of the household, guy with the checkbook, how much gas is being used? A 60-minute drive to Rochester, 60-minute back. Monday, 60-minute drive Wednesday, 60-minute back on Wednesday. And now she wants to volunteer on Thursdays. Her husband, Joe, said to her, every day you come back from Rochester STEM Academy and helping those students, you have such a big smile on your face. How could I say no? And so now Mary's tutoring Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursday at Rochester STEM Academy, and I couldn't be happier. She still says, it doesn't seem fair. It seems like I'm getting more out of this than the students. But let me tell you, you know what the students say to her? Miss Mary, I love you. She has made such a connection with those students, and I'm so happy for her. And so that's part of what I'm saying. The more you give, the more you get back. The more you give, the more you get back. That's service. There's another story. I was working with a group of students out in White Bear Lake. And we did an experiment, and this experiment was actually part of my PhD. And we had an auditorium almost this big with two groups of students. A group of students who were going to be involved in a service learning program. In other words, the program was designed to teach kids how to give back. Volunteer at food shelves, create their own service projects. Somebody created a service project where they put a sign in the window there was a safe house so that any students in the neighborhood would look up and go, oh, if there was anything bad happening, I know I could run to that house and I'd be safe. So a student thought of that. I thought that's kind of cool. And then the other half of the audience were students who weren't going to be part of that program. And so we asked them, how do you feel about school? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about your country in general? Those are the basic three questions. And we did a baseline. We said, what does that look like in the fall? In the spring, we brought all the students back. So half of the students had been doing the service learning program, half of the students hadn't. And when we took a look at the surveys that we gave in the spring, the students that weren't involved in service learning actually had gone down in how they felt about their school. They were more negative. They went down in how they felt about themselves. They were more negative. And they went down about how they felt about the country. It was more negative. And the students who were doing the service learning program, answering those same questions that they had in the fall, came back and we said, how do you feel about yourself? I said, I feel really good. It was a higher rating than what they had said in the fall. I said, how do you feel about your school? Than the rating they had had in the fall. And how do you feel about your country? And it was a higher rating than they had in the fall. And so that was the scientific proof that when you give, you get more back. That when you serve and help others to succeed, it's going to make you happy. So when your time is up, what are you going to say? Class of 2017, I hope that you go out into the world and serve and help others succeed. Thank you, Class of 17.
One of the things I like about you is how honest you are. Okay, so we're going to kick off the night with our student speakers. I'm going to make sure I do this in the right order. I have a different program. So I believe our first student speaker tonight is going to be a student who started with us as a freshman, and he's come a really long way. He's always been one of our funniest, most charismatic kids, and now he has grown to be one of our most mature. So I'm really excited to welcome Adnan Kasim to the stage.
My fellow graduates, parents, teachers, staff, my name is Adnan Kasim. I can't believe we arrived here only 4 short years ago, and now it's already time for us to leave and go off on our separate paths in life. How did it go so fast? How did it go by us so fast? It only seems like we were freshmen yesterday, but as time goes off, we matured into the seniors you see today. When I first arrived to high school, my expectations were really low, but they drastically changed over time, because I met some motivating people who changed the original outlook I had for high school. I was fortunate enough to have some people who kept me on track so I can accomplish the goals and expectations for high school. I'm also here today to thank my parents who motivated me throughout high school and my entire life. They had faith that I would overcome the obstacles that life would bring, and those obstacles I would later on surpass, so I would have higher expectations for myself. And for those reasons, I'm forever grateful. I would like to personally thank some teachers. I would like to personally thank some teachers and staff who I came to admire over time. Like Mr. Abdueli, who kept on telling me to go to my classes and never miss a day of school. Ms. Maria and Ms. Carson, who always supported me when times got tough and pushed me to accomplish more in life. I remember the first time Ms. Maria approached me and said some words that became pivotal to me. She told me, there's nothing in this world you can't accomplish if you don't put your mind to it. And for that, I really thank you for those wise words. Last but not least, I want to show some appreciation to Mr. Hansen. Thank you for opening many doors for me in the art community and giving me more of a broad perspective on artistic expressions. My fellow graduates, I hope we all succeed in life and find ways to reach our dreams. Congratulations, Class of 2017.
Our next student speaker was also a founding middle school student. She came in as an 8th grader and has really just shined ever since. I'd like to welcome to the stage Kadra Ibrahim.
To everyone that showed up to this very important event, today is a very memorable day. Today is the day to acknowledge very important accomplishments us seniors have accomplished. Before I start, can I have the audience give a round of applause to us seniors? Show the younger ones that graduating from high school is something that can actually happen. It's not only in our imaginations. We can actually show our strengths as mature adults and what life lessons we really carried on. We all want to share the happiness with loved ones and teach the young ones how to get through rough times. In this world, we need family, friends, and other support systems to set us towards the goals we have. Senior year is a really sad and happy year. We win some and lose some. That's just how life goes. The staff took time out of their day to make this wonderful event come together. This year has been a rough and fun year for me. This year showed me all the upcoming obstacles in life I will face as an individual. Throughout this year, I have learned in life you have to deal with people you dislike, but how you handle things. depends on you as an individual. I mean, hey, no one's perfect, but working towards perfection is always worth a try. In this world we live in, there are three things that matter the most. First is hope, because without hope, who are we? Without hope, how can we believe we can make it to the top? Second is peace. Peace is a sign of love and care for one another. Finally, dreams and goals. Without dreams, there is no light in our lives. And without goals, we can't accomplish our dreams. Family. Without our families pushing us towards the good, and away from the bad, we wouldn't be here, especially me. Without my mother always telling me I could do better, without her being the strong, independent woman she is, trusting me to be a family leader and so on, I wouldn't be here where I am today. My family and friends play a big role in my life. May 24th, 2017, the day that I, Collage Muhammad Ibrahim, graduate and am in a mature state of mind. Today is the day that will have a special place in my heart, and I'm sure for every other senior feels the same way too. I'd like to give a special shout out to all the teachers and staff members that made this year a great experience for me. My advisor and my best friend, Mr. Hansen. Ms. Geach, a teacher that will fight for her students and make sure that they are heard. Mr. Abduwali. The school dean that will make you face your consequences to whether or not you joke around with him. Mr. Ilmi, the director who actually considers what his students say and changes what they have issues with. And finally, Ms. Cologne, for helping me with my issues I've had, for being the shoulder to lean on and the person to look up to, and for always being there for me since my 8th grade year and hopefully in the future. Metro School's college prep is more like a family, considering the fact that I've been here since my 8th grade year. I know it's a long time. Leaving here today as a senior graduate is a really touching moment for me. It feels like my journey here with the people closest to me, whom I dearly loved, is coming to an end, which is really sad because everyone in this school is like family to me. We've had our ups and downs, our highs and lows, but at the end of the day, we've always found a way because that's what family does. You put up with them no matter what. Metro School's college prep really prepared me for a lot of obstacles I will face in the future and also taught me skills that will give me a happy, lasting life. This day is like a movie to me. Even though it went by really fast, keep in mind, seniors, this doesn't mean you're done. This is just the beginning of our future. I mean, we've all been thinking about this day since the beginning of our high school year. May the world get bigger, easier, brighter, and happier for you. Special thanks to all the lovely students and teachers that made this past 4 years an amazing experience for me. I love you all deeply and wish the best for you. May God help you accomplish all your goals in life and bring the changes for you. Congratulations, class of 2K.
Okay, so the next speaker that we have is our student body or student class president. She came in and was a force to be reckoned with on day one. She is not only a leader of students, but she definitely is a leader of staff and just the school in general. I'm not really sure how we're gonna survive without her. Amina Omar, good job.
Okay, the countdown is over and the day is here. I finally see 0 months, 0 days, 0 hours, and 0 minutes on my countdown app. And yes, I had a countdown app. I first set it up sometime in my junior year. And today I'm getting rid of it. Low-key emotional, high-key happy. I don't know. Who knew a countdown app takes so much phone storage? Anyways, that's irrelevant right now. As of today, there's no more waiting. As unreal as this feels, and as much as I don't feel like I'm even here, standing in front of you, literally, I'm serious, this feels so fake right now. I don't know. Standing in front of you all, the day is here. To make sure it wasn't one of the 100+ dreams I had this day, I made my little brother pinch me a couple of times this morning. These past, or shall I say, 15 years of education, including pre-K, kindergarten, was a very memorable ride. From good days to days where I would wake up, take a look in the mirror, with all the confidence I have in the world, take a deep breath and say, I'm dropping out. Luckily, I held on to the pocket-sized amount of doubt I had throughout this journey. If I was asked to name all my teachers from the beginning, I would be up for the challenge. No matter what age, grade, or whoever taught you anything from ABC or 1, 2, 3, every teacher counts. Every teacher you've ever had added a step to your ladder. Think of the first time you rode a bus to school. Now think of that as an illustration of our education. If you ever rode a school bus, you know that you don't get off it without using the steps. Today we abort that bus, and as we take a look behind us, we notice that those steps that we probably never noticed and realized we wouldn't get off that bus without using them. Use those steps as a metaphor for our teachers. Shout out to all the teachers out there, and special shout out to the wonderful staff at Metro Schools. Especially to Mr. Merrick, considering I might have wrote this paper in your class when I was supposed to be taking notes. Sorry. Now let's get back to the illustration of my bus. I would like to introduce you to my personal bus driver. The first time I saw a female bus driver was the beginning of my sophomore year. At the time, I was a naive 15-year-old who honestly thought she knew everything. I was right, my word went, and I would never ever be wrong. It was almost like I had superpowers. I still kind of think I do, but I had a difficult time processing in my head that a woman was driving a school bus. I remember thinking to myself, it's a man's job. There's no way, she can't do it. Boy, was I wrong. She treated us like her own children. Along the years, I became a wise, educated feminist. Thank you, Miss Geach. Wherever you are, there you are. Thank you. Now that I look back at my personal bus illustration, I realize my own bus driver is a woman. She's been by my side, driving my bus since the first day of school, supporting me and believing in me when I lost all my confidence. She watched and helped me become into the person I am today. My bus driver on my bus of education is my mother. My number one cheerleader. I wouldn't be here without her. Thank you for being not only the best mom, but the best dad a girl could ever have. Gave me the incredible life I have today. Truly my hero. I love you, Hoya. Thank you for being my bus driver and not quitting the job. I also can't forget about the family I was blessed with. The only people who can handle me at my absolute worst and tend to be more excited than me to see me at my best. For those of you who know me from only having me on social media accounts or knowing everything about me, you know the connection I have with my family. For my beautiful sisters, handsome brothers, first and last time, by the way, aunts who played just as big of a role as my mother, super duper adorable grandma who is in the crowd, Dadai, uncles, nieces, and nephews. Big family, lots of love and loud laughs and heavy hearts. Extra blessed to have such a wonderful team in my life. Alhamdulillah, I love you all. Much love to my Metro family as well. As high as my excitement levels are right now to be leaving high school, somewhere deep in my heart, I'll know I'll miss it. Or at least I try telling myself that. After today, there's no more hiding phones from Mr. Abdiwali, begging Mr. Saeed for excuse passes, hearing Miss Cologne's keys and it being our only motivation to run to class, asking Miss Lady for more than one painkiller pill and literally getting rejected every single time. No more getting passes to Miss Trudy's office and being terrified to walk in just to walk out in a better mood we walked in with. Also the best counselor. Round of applause for Miss Trudy. Okay. Walked in with. I'm going to miss Miss Denise, always catching me red-handed, actually borrowing more than one apple juice. Mr. Ilmi and his amazing sense of humor. Mr. Ali pointing out his finger and saying, Datka wala, after you attempt to tell him a joke in Somali because he's obsessed with you. And most importantly, I'm going to miss Mr. Hansen and his class, of course. After having the longest day and having a conversation with him, kind of like the convos you would have over the dinner table. It wouldn't be the same if I wasn't in his advisory class. Not only did we build a student-teacher bond, but a friendship. You will always be my coach and I'll always be your MVP. Metro Schools has an astonishing staff. We're an extra lucky set of students. Once a Metro student, always a Metro student. This will always be home. Never have I had a dull moment at school. Super thankful. I like to call us the better version of the Brady Bunch. It doesn't matter how our bus ride started, where it started, and who was in it. All that matters is today we come off that bus together. Class of 2017, we did it. And we wouldn't be able to do it without each other, standing side by side. Look at our graduates. Every individual here woke up with the intentions to be here at our graduation. Like, we did that, you guys. We did that. That was us, all us. We've officially closed this chapter of our book. It's time to buy new pens and start a new chapter. Welcome to the real world, class of 2017. This is just the beginning.
Our next student speaker was also a founding 8th grader. She has always had impeccable fashion sense. At her 8th grade graduation, she wore a studded jacket from Forever 21 that I tried to find. And today she has decorated her cap in a way that has made me want to wear one just for fun. She's also really smart, and we're very lucky to have her, and we're going to miss her. Fosia Abdullahi.
First of all, I would like to say good afternoon to the parents, teachers, and staff members. We are here today to celebrate this special occasion and give recognition to the students who have worked very hard to get here. I personally have been here for 5 years, and it's about time I graduated. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, honestly, but this school has taught me a lot. And when I came here from Seattle, I knew absolutely no Somali. I'm not saying I'm perfect and I'm fluent, but I know my culture and I know my native language, so I'm so happy about that. Okay. In such a modern and competitive world, there are still issues of education among people who can afford it or people who aren't allowed to attend school because of where they are from. I happen to live in a society where education is a fundamental right for everyone, so it humbles me to be able to stand here and soon be able to collect my diploma. Okay. Providing education for students can help them open up new doors and play an important role in society. It creates self-dependent individuals, and it makes new possibilities while maintaining the balance among your mind and body. But the ones that instill this knowledge into our sponge-like minds are the teachers. Their guidance and discipline can almost create an environment of enthusiasm for learning. These teachers let us fail so that we can see the mistakes for ourselves. They encourage us to see the challenge we face head on. It's you teachers, Metro staff, and anyone who's taught me so far. It's you teachers who help us embrace our strength and that we in time will instill in the future generation to come, and for that we thank you. But it's truly one person who I can't thank, and that's my mother. I can't thank you, Hoya, because I can't thank you enough. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for you. I can't sit here and write you a note about how grateful I am for you. It's close to impossible. The constant nagging and making sure I do nothing but my best has caused me to be up here with the credits I have today. And it has come down to this moment. You see my absolute best before I'm even aware of it. I not only do this for me, but I also do this for you because I am a reflection of you. I am half of you. So, you know. And one other thing, I wouldn't even be standing here speaking in front of this huge audience if it wasn't for the confidence you gave me. If I could write God a check and buy the entire world for you, I would, but I can't. So I'll just buy you a house in Somalia. I hope I can continue to make you proud like you've made me proud by being my mother and supporting all the decisions I have made and will make in the future, inshallah. As I stand here, I hope my fellow classmates end up changing the world in a positive way by teaching the young like we were taught before. I hope we can reach the goals we set in life, to live the life we hold in our minds, and to reach for it because we deserve it. It doesn't matter what they say you must look like, or what family you must come from, or how much money you have. If you work for it, it's yours. Class of 2017, we are the future, and the future coming in after that and after that. Take your education seriously. I only stress this out because soon the young will depend on us, and history will soon repeat itself again. T.H. White once said, and I feel like this is a quote that everyone, not only the seniors, but everyone today can take home with themselves, is, the best thing for being sad is to learn something. That's the only thing that never fails. You may grow old and tremble in your anatomies. You may lie awake at night listening to the disorder of your veins. You may miss your only love. You may see the world about you devastated by evil lunatics. Or know your honor trampled in the sewers of baser minds. There is only one thing for it then, to learn. Learn why the world wags and what wags it. That is the only thing that the mind can never exhaust, never alienate, and never be tortured by. Never fear or distrust, and never dream of regretting. Learning is the only thing for you. Look at what lots of things that we have here today. I have learned a lot from the teachers at Metro schools that have prepared me for college. Teachers aren't the only ones who have taught me. Miss Cologne and Miss Lady, where they at? Miss Cologne and Miss Lady, you have both taught me so much, like over the past 5 years, and I've been here since my 8th grade year, so. You guys have prepared me for college and taught me life lessons that I will take on for the rest of my life because it is good advice. Before I go, I want to wish every one of you nothing but success, and I hope you all have a wonderful life and an amazing Ramadan. Thank you.
So our last student speaker is the valedictorian. This student really cannot be introduced well enough. All valedictorians are special kids, but Ayan really is remarkable. She's a leader, she's soft-spoken, but so strong. She's incredibly intelligent, kind, and she's gonna really be a remarkable person one day. She already is. And I kind of hope to be half of as good of a leader as she already is. So let's welcome Ayan to the stage.
I would like to start off by saying congratulations to everyone. The past 4 years were leading up to this point, and I'm sure everyone is tired and excited at this point. It's almost hard to accept that we're done with high school because it seemed just like yesterday we were freshmen. This year went by so fast. So when I came to Metro, I was a sophomore. I had just moved from California. I remember the first class I had was art with Mr. Hansen. I came in the middle of the class and was really nervous. I found out right away that all my pre-assumptions were false. All the students were beyond friendly and the teachers were amazing. Going to Metro has been one of the best experiences of my life. I've made so many memories and learned so much in my time here. I'm incredibly grateful to be graduating with such an amazing class. There's so many people I'd like to thank. I'll start out with my parents. Thank you, Hoya and Abo. You both worked long hours every day and were still able to help me with my homework and come to parent-teacher conferences. You gave me advice when I needed it the most and helped me get through a lot. You are my rock, and you still are. I'd also like to thank Ms. Cologne for always encouraging me, and Ms. Trudy for giving me such good advice on tests in school. Lastly, but certainly not least, I would also like to thank the teachers, all the teachers, because without you, none of this would be possible. Now, on this date, May 24, the sunny Wednesday evening marks a pivotal moment in our lives, a moment that we will remember for the rest of our lives, a moment where we formally step out into the real world. Whether the last 4 years of your high school life were good or bad, or in between, it doesn't really matter, because you have the rest of your life ahead of you. There will always be bumps in the road, but the important thing is that you keep moving forward. I know that everyone out here tonight is capable of amazing things, and if you just try and push yourself. This is it. We're officially done with high school. We're free, at least for a while, until we start college. I couldn't have asked for a better class to be graduating with. I know you guys have amazing things ahead of you. I'm going to miss all of you, and I hope you all come back to the reunion in 10 years. Once again, I'd like to say congratulations to the graduating class of 2017.
Good job. So before we give you your minute to walk across the stage, we're going to do a final address to all of you graduates from the director, Mr. Elmi.
Good evening. I'm honored to welcome you all to our proudest night of 2017 graduation night. I'm delighted to see our honored guests, families, and class of 2017 here tonight. I want to thank all of the Metro staff and the former staff members who are here tonight. Thank you so much for coming tonight. And the Metro staff, all of you. Graduates, we are very lucky to have you here with us. Some of you have been with us since 8th grade. These graduates tonight are the 13th graduates from Metro, the 13th group who graduated. Some of these graduates tonight include at least a couple students who are 11th grade, who made themselves a way to graduate early. So I'm so proud of them too. Thinking about this tonight, the word that comes to my mind is a change. I'm not talking about the change that impacts your lives every day, but I'm talking about the change that changed your life. I love the quote, if we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we're not really living in, by Gail Sheehy. Of course, for all of us, change is a constant. However, I think this class of 2017, there has been more change than ever. This is because these last couple years, you have matured into your young adult. You have had planned to a future, and now you are facing another exciting new challenges. You have experienced much change, and yet there will be many more changes in your life for next few years. Going to college, working, living in new places, traveling the world, making new friends, balancing your budget, etc. All of these await you as you leave here tonight. I'm going to go back to the graduates tonight. I've been told that all of the students who are graduated tonight have been accepted into a college. So that's a great, wonderful to hear. Be ready to make change in your life in education. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful you can ever gain. So you can change your life. You can change your world around you. So, according to Thesaurus Dictionary, following words are closely related to change. So we're speaking about change. Innovation, development, transformation, and transition. So as you transition to your college, transform yourself into adult, develop your skills, and believe yourself. Good luck, class of 2017, and I have no doubt that your ability to create your excellent future. Congratulations. Parents, one more something.
Okay, so we're going to get to the good stuff. But before we do that, I want all of you graduates to just take a minute, put your phones down because we're going to get started. I also want you to just turn around and scan the room really quick. Just look around. Who do you see? You see family members. You see teachers, right? Wait. You see people who you haven't seen for many years, right? It's no coincidence that your 8th grade English teacher or your freshman advisor is here for you today. Miss White, that's right, she's here. And so Mr. Urkula flew back from across the country, right? The reason why all of these people are here today is because we support you and we love you and we know that you're going to go forward into this world and do great things. And it does not matter any of the mistakes that you've made before today, any of the mistakes you've made. And it does not matter any of the mistakes that you're going to make after you leave here. This is your family, and we're always going to be here for you. So congratulations, and let's get you some diplomas. Our very first graduate to receive his diploma tonight is Adnan Kasim. Stop it, Mr. Ilme. Yep. Face the camera. Smile. You look great. Valedictorian, Ayan Issei. Actually, before we keep moving, I want to just make sure I recognize this. Some of the students lost their sashes, but you'll notice that not everybody just has a gown on. Students who have a gold sash are our highest honor students. So there are students who received a GPA of a 3.751 or higher. Students wearing a red sash tonight are our high honor students. They had a GPA for their 4 years of 3.551 to 3.75. I probably should be using math words. And then our honor students have a white sash with a 3.0 to a 3.55. Fosia Abdullahi. Amina Omar. That's fine. I'm not going to mess it up, right? Amina Omar. Mrs. Class President Amina Omar. Kadra Ibrahim. Go to Miss Trudy, yep. Anything fancy? Yep. Do you want me to say Goulet only or Goulet only? Goulet Ali. Shanana Sharif. Nothing fancy? Fatih Ayudid. Zara Omar. Halima Bile. Yahe Igal. Sumaya Omar. Shamsuddin Hassan. Naima Salah. Mustafa Jama. Hodin Mohamud Mohammed. Zakaria Haji Jama. Hamdi Mohammed. Abdiaziz Mohammed. you want me to say Hiba Ahmed? Hiba Ahmed Mohammed. Ladan Muse. Represent, girl. Do you want your middle name? Faiza Mohammed. Wait. Camel Mohammed. Faduma Mohammed. Mohammed Mohammed. Shukri Jama. Zachariah Mohammed. Middle name or not middle name? Do you want Halima Sadio Haji or Halima Sadio? Halima Sadia Haji Jama. Middle name? Abdi Rashid A. Mahamoud. Simone Hiddig. I'll call you Mohammed Shaitan Musa. Mohammed Musa, a.k.a. Shaitan. Your middle name? Sabrine Hiddig. Is that your middle name? Abbas Mohamud Omar. First and last name or middle name? First and last name. Decca Farah. Omar. Okay. Ekrama Omar. Middle name? That means your middle name? Okay. Salin Siad Dekane. Ubaid Omar. Middle name or not middle name? Huh? Middle name or not middle name? My middle name. Fardosa Omar Ahmed. Middle name? Yukash Omar. Middle name? Do you want me to say your middle name? Shimain Agbose. Abdullahi Carey. Middle name? Or not middle name? Anib Mustafa Abdi. Middle name or not middle name? Mohamud Salah. Sadia Hassan Abdile. Halimo Mohammed Ahmed. I'm very proud of you. Muna Absia. I'm so happy you made it. You want your middle name? Anib Abdikadir Aden. No middle name? Warfa Shaye. Are you the last? Best for last, Ahmed Sheikh. That's it. So before we do the ceremonial turning of tassels, I want to remind the audience that this is the graduates' day. So once they turn their tassels, we're going to congratulate them, and they have chosen a song to exit the auditorium to. So please do not move to leave the auditorium until all of the graduates have left the building or gone to the front. So now that you've gotten your diplomas, with that, I want you to turn your tassels, and congratulations to the class of 2017. Woo! Cue the music. There should be music playing and the graduates should be exiting.